Good day everyone, I am Kenneth Lloyd Bacos, one of the reporters of Group 7, and today I'm gonna tackle about the special procedure mandate holders and the mandate holders' privileges and immunities. So, what is special procedure mandate? Special procedure mandate holders are independent human rights experts appointed by the United Nations Human Rights Council to examine, monitor, advise, and report on the specific human rights issues country situation around the world. These experts, also known as the special rapporteurs, dependent experts or working group member, received their mandate from the Human Rights Council to investigate and address human rights violation and concern in particularly thematic area of country context. So, special procedure mandate holder operate independently of government and report directly to the Human Rights Council, providing impartial and objective assessment of the human rights condition. They conduct country visits, engage with relevant stakeholders, receive and respond to complaint or communication from individuals or group, and submit report with a recommendation to the Council. So, this mandate holders play a crucial role in raising awareness, promoting dialogue, and advocating for the protection and promotion of human rights. They contribute to the monitoring and implementation of international human rights standards and norms, as well as provide a platform for victims and advocates to voice their concern and seek redress. Overall, special procedure mandate holders serve as watchdogs and advocates for human rights, working to hold state accountable for their human rights obligation and contributing to the advancement of an inclusive society. So, second topic is mandate holders, privileges, and immunities. So, mandate holders are individuals appointed or elected by international organizations to carry out a specific function such as monitoring rights violation or investigating specific issues. They are typically granted certain privileges and immunities to ensure they are able to carry out their duties effectively and independently. Some common privileges and immunities granted to mandate holders may include legal immunity from prosecution for action taken in discourse their official duties, freedom of movement and travel without restricting, exemption from visa requirements for travel to certain countries, protection of personal official documentation from search and seizure, immunity from legal process in respect of official communications and documents. These privileges and immunities are intended to protect mandate holders from harassment, interference, or retaliation by the authorities of the country they are operating in, and to ensure their independence and impartiality in carrying out their mandates. It is important for mandate holders to conduct themselves ethically and responsibly in order to maintain the trust and the credibility necessary for their work to be effective.
Hello, good afternoon everyone. My name is John Russell P. Bokya, and I will be discussing about thematic mandates and country mandates. But for now, I will only be discussing the country mandates, or the scientific for me is all about country mandates. So let's talk about country mandates. So country mandates allows mandate holders to examine, advise, and report on the human rights situation in a specific country, as set out in the related resolution. So, country mandates normally last for a year and can be renewed. So, when we talk about country mandates, it is renewable. It is only mandated and it is only for a year. So, country mandate tends to focus on technical assistance and capacity building agenda of the council. And their mandates are in most cases created with the consent of the country concerned of it. So, country-specific special rapporteurs focus more on documenting human rights violations and abuses, and generally do not employ the support of the country concerned currently. So, when we talk about what is country-specific special rapporteurs. It's country-specific special rapporteurs. So, the special rapporteurs are mandates of monitoring, promoting, and raising awareness of particular human rights all around the world, as we are also facilitating global discussion. And ultimately, actions is a demanding duty for one individual, even a group of experts. So, when we talk about special reporters, they are onto the Human Rights Council. The mission of them is to report to the UN General Assembly and to the Human Rights Council the theme or country which they are responsible. So, let's talk about the country concerned currently in our mandates or the country mandates allow. So, there are 11 specific mandates of UNHCR. So, the first is the independent expert on the situation of human rights in Central African Republic. That's the first one. The second one is the independent expert on the situation of human rights in Mali. That's in Mali. Next is independent expert on the situation of human rights in Somalia. They are the rapporteurs in Somalia. So, special rapporteur on the situation of human rights in Belarus. They have also in Belarus. Special rapporteurs on the situation of human rights in Cambodia as well. Special rapporteur on the situation of human rights in Eritrea. So, next is special rapporteur on the situation of human rights in the Islamic Republic of Iran. So there is also special rapporteurs out there. So, next is special rapporteurs on the situation of human rights in Myanmar. Special rapporteurs on the situation of human rights in Palestinian terrorist occupied. It is occupied since 1967. And special rapporteurs on the situation of human rights in the Syrian Arab Republic. So there are 11 countries that are mandated. So the Central African Republic, the first, second is the Somalia, third is Mali. First is the Central African Republic, second is the Mali, third is the Somalia, fourth is the Belarus, fifth is in Cambodia, sixth is in Eritrea, seven is in the Democratic People or Republic of Korea, eighth is the Islamic Republic of Iran, and 9 is on Myanmar, 10 is on Palestinian, and lastly is the Syrian Arab Republic of that. So that is where the 11 country of OCHR that our country is mandated. That's all, and thank you.
So good day everyone, I am Carpintero John Barl. So my topic is about thematic mandates. So first, what is thematic mandates? Thematic mandates are specific objectives or ideas on focuses assigned to an individual or a group or an organization to guide their activities or actions within particular theme or topics. So these mandates help establish priorities, goals, and strategic for addressing the key issue or let's say challenges within the theme. Thematic mandates can be found in various contexts such as international organizations like the United Nations, where different committees or bodies may have thematic mandates related to topics such as human rights, sustainable development, or peace building, or gender equality. By setting thematic mandates, organizations can be streamline their efforts and sources towards achieving specific outcomes in a targeted area. So, this help to ensure coherence, like consistency and effectiveness in addressing complex issues that require focused attention and action. So overall, thematic mandate serves as a roadmap for individuals or groups to work towards making meaningful impact within a particular theme or let's say subject matter by providing clear direction and purpose to their activities. So that's all about my topic about thematic mandates. So thank you.
So good day everyone, my name is Giselle Eduardo. So my topic is all about independent expert or special rapporteur and working group. Independent expert is an individual or companies that provide specialized services in a particular field or industry, while special rapporteur is a title given to the human rights experts whose expertise is called upon by the United Nations to report or advise on human rights from thematic or country-specific perspective. Their tasks may appear similar, but special rapporteur is more important than independent expert. There are also special procedures where mandate is carried out by the 5 group of experts, and it is called a working group. Instruments and tools of special procedure. First is annual reports and recommendation. Annual reports is refers to as documents produced by the mandate holder at the end of each year. This report focuses on working methods and general development with regards to the prospective mandate and provide an analysis of the situation with regards to human rights in the case of thematic mandates, while recommendations suggest strategies for improvement or changes in policies and procedure. And next is communication. Communications mean talking and sharing information clearly with the people involved, both inside and outside of the group. Certain mandates allow for intervention of specific allegation of human rights violation. It is also involves writing down important details and listening to feedback from others to make things clear. And upon receiving an information, claiming a violation of mandate holder may send a letter of allegation or an urgent appeal to the government, asking the latter to clarify or comment on the allegation or requesting that preventive or investigatory action to be taken. And that is the end of my part.
So hello, I'm Marisa Harantilla and I'll be tackling country visits. So what does country visit intend to mean? Country visit is an essential means to obtain direct and first-hand information on human rights violations. They allow for direct observation of the human rights situation and facilitate an intensive dialogue with all relevant state authorities, including those in the executive, legislative, and judicial branches. So country visits provide an opportunity to enhance awareness at our country or at a specific state, regional, and international levels, or about the specific issues and concerns under investigation or under consideration. So, country visit is done through meetings, through briefings, press coverage of the visit, and dissemination of the report. So, one example of the most recent country visit that was recorded by the HRC or the Human Rights Council is in Japan. So this happened on July 24 to August 4, 2023. So prior to embarking on field visit, the mandate holders may request to visit the specific country. So that's the first step or in the process of country visit. So the mandate holders must be accepted by the government in question. And next, governments are also entitled to issue a standing invitation. So what is standing invitation? Standing invitation, it is like an open invitation by the government to all thematic special procedures to undertake the country or a state's visit and forms a useful indicator. So this is a good indicator of a state's willingness to cooperate with special procedures or SP. So next is when a state does not respond to request for an invitation to visit, then the mandate holder will remind the government concerned. So this will draw the attention of the council to the outstanding request or to take other appropriate measures. So during these visits, mandate holders can meet the government authorities at both national and the local level, or the members of parliament perhaps, or the members of the judicial system, and the other sectors of the government. It also includes the victims, the civil society representatives, and other. So we have here the guiding principles. So, when conducting interviews with the victims or witnesses of human rights violations, mandate holders will have these guiding principles. So, first, of course, objectivity. So, the mandate holders or the interviewers should not include their personal feelings, their personal questions regarding regarding um, the issues or the violations that the victims have encountered. So they should stick to the questions that they have prepared, and they must be objective. Next is respect. So as humans, respect is a very important to us. So it's an integral value that we must possess, or that mandate holders must possess when they conduct interviews with the victims or the witnesses. Next is confidentiality. Since victims may have post-traumatic stress or traumas their after the abuses, the violations that they have faced. So all information that must be gathered during the questionnaire, the interview, must remain confidential and should not be disclosed to the public. Next is verifiability. So, of course, they should verify all information if the information are correct. So that's why after they have drafted the report or the what do you call that, the overall, after they have draft the overall conclusion, they must correct it or they must check it. So they should verify the information they have gathered. Next is discretion. Discretion. So they must make use of their wise judgment. Next is transparency, or somewhat like being open-minded of the answers, the information that they might unlock, they might discover. Next is impartiality, or there is fairness. Partiality then and even-handedness, they are imperatives, so they're almost the same. So you should not favor one over another. Then, at the end of their mission, mandate holders will hold a press conference. So as you can see in the picture, they're holding press conference, the UN Council, and they must submit a report to the Human Rights Council containing their findings and recommendations, just like what I've said earlier. So the mission report prepared by a mandate holder will generally contain the details of the itinerary and of the the principal meetings, the analysis of the situation, the set of conclusions and recommendations directed towards the government and other relevant actors. But before they are going to submit the report, the draft of the report must be submitted first to the government to correct any misunderstandings or factual inaccuracies. So the government will have 4 to 6 months, or 4 to 6 weeks rather, for their comments to be taken into account. Then, comments by the government concerned of the report should be annexed to the report in accordance with the applicable United Nations documentation rules. Then, that would be all. Let's proceed to thematic studies. So, thematic studies are studies that clarify the scope of a specific right, thus also contributing to the implementation of international law. So, these are studies that are conducted by mandate holders or undertaken pursuant to a specific request by relevant bodies. So the practical arrangements in relation to the drafting and publication of these reports will be determined and will be consulted with the Office of the High Commissioner of Human Rights. So I think that concludes my part. Thank you.
Good day, sir. Before anything else, I introduce myself first. My name is Ervin J. R. Marababon. Today I will discuss my topic about Office of the High Commissioner of Human Rights, Mandate 2018-2021 Roadmap. This means that the mandate includes preventing human rights violations, securing respect for all human rights, promoting international cooperation to protect human rights, coordinating related activities throughout the United Nations, and strengthening and streamlining the United Nations system in the field of human rights. The High Commissioner and the office have a role first: promote and protect human rights, help empower people, assist governments, inject human rights perspective into all UN programs. These four roles, they give unique role to speak objectively, face all human rights violations, and increase awareness. Help elaborate this in standard that are used to evaluate human rights progress worldwide. Next one is Office of High Commissioners of Human Rights 2018-2021 Roadmap. UN Human Rights follows the framework of results known as the Office of High Commissioners of Human Rights Management Plan, or OMP. This roadmap is based on the results of consultations with the member states, the UN system, civil society, the donor community, and the private sector. The current OMP is strongly anchored to the 2030 Development Agenda and covers the period from 2018-2021 inclusive.
Hello, my name is Marquez and Paredes. 6 thematic pillars. Every 4 years, UN Human Rights outline a roadmap for its work in the OHCHR Management Plan. The 2018-2021 roadmap consists of 6 thematic pillars that form the solid base on which our office continues to stand. These are the 6 pillars. First is non-discrimination, enhance quality and counter discrimination. Second is mechanism, increase implementation of the outcome of the international human rights mechanism. Third is accountability, strengthen the rule of law and accountability for human rights violation. 4 is participation, enhance participation and protecting civic space. 5th is peace and security, prevent violation and strengthen protection of human rights including the situation of conflict and insecurity. And last is development, advance sustainable development through human rights. 4 shift areas. In order to have a greater human rights impact, the OHCHR identifies 4 shift areas to focus their effort across within the 6 pillars. These shift areas are: first, working to protect and expand the civic space. Second is promoting human rights in the context of frontier issues such as climate change, digital space and emerging technologies, corruption, inequalities, and people on the move. Helping prevent conflict, violence, and insecurity. And last is supporting a global contingency for human rights.